what did you see as the biggest reason for the loss today?
I mean, they came out, my hat's off to the Chicago Bulls. They're sort of fighting to get in position like we are, to secure a position. But they came out with a sense of urgency tonight. And, we came out a little flat, turned the ball over early. We weren't aggressive enough, physical enough. I thought they were great defensively on that side. And offensively, they played physical, and they made shots. But, at the end of the day, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. We let one slip here at home, finish up 3-2 on this homestand, but now we got to shift gears, go back, look at the film, put the film together, and see how we can start this upcoming road trip out on the right foot.
There's some different rotations tonight with LeBron coming off the bench. You went to a 9-man group without Rui. What were you looking for with the rotation?
I mean, it's not enough minutes for everyone. And, Lonnie has gone through that the last several games. And, when you have a lot of good players, through no fault of their own, someone's going to be left out of the rotation. And tonight it was Rui. Getting Bron back, seeing him back out there was great. And now we just got to, again, everybody get on the same page, get back in rhythm with one another. And not saying that we were out of rhythm, but just, getting back together and just playing and, 12:30 game, whatever you can use, excuse after excuse after excuse. With Bron just not coming back, whatever. We just got to come out and play basketball like we've been playing on our toes, and we'll fix the rest. But, it's just, again, when you have a good team, a deep team, somebody's going to get the short end of the stick, and it just happened to be Rui tonight.
How you doing, Darv? What's the biggest thing that you want to see defensively cleaned up ahead of the road trip?
Our pressure on the ball, really making the ball handler feel us. Whoever's bringing the ball up, we got to do a better job in the full court, in the half court, really applying pressure on the ball, just being relentless, trying to disrupt their rhythm offensively, the opponent's rhythm. And finishing plays, not giving up offensive rebounds to the opposite team. We really got to do a better job of getting hits once a shot goes up. And then, getting back in transition defense is also transition defense, guarding the ball well, finishing the defense with a defensive rebound in that order. And then, obviously, we can't do things to hurt ourselves. The turnovers, I thought, hurt us tonight.
And then from quarter to quarter, how did you see LeBron kind of progress as he got a little bit more comfortable out there?
Well, he just happened to get in the game rhythm. You can see him getting his rhythm, his timing, his finishes, all of that. He's going to be all right. We're going to be all right. But, again, it was great to see him back out there.
Darvin, now that we saw him play, when did you get a sense that you'd have him back with this much time left in the season?
I mean, we really didn't speculate. We just kind of left it in his hands. He's earned that right, as responsible as he is with his body, his health. Along with collaborations with our team doctors and whatnot. Just, let us know when you feel comfortable. And today just happened to be the day. And
the schedule is tough. You're going on the road. It's a game every other day, pretty much the rest of the way after this 2-day break. How can you find time to work on that rhythm with him in the context of the group?
It's not so much what you do, it's how you do it. And just with us, we've prided ourselves on being efficient with whatever time we've been given. Whether that's film being a practice, whether that's a short film and a little bit of court work, walkthroughs, or that's an even smaller dosage of film and getting out there efficient, working on a couple of different things. We'll have an opportunity to have some shoot-arounds. We've already kind of switched the gears way earlier in the season of treating those as little mini practices. So there'll be times and opportunities to make sure we're all on the same page and, re-implementing him back into the lineup. And, he's a savvy veteran, one of the greatest to ever do it over 20 years, so it's not going to take much.
It's been a successive, several weeks of important games. Where did you feel like there was a difference today, maybe, if at all, in the mentality and just how things slipped away against Chicago?
I felt like they were more aggressive than us tonight from the jump. Defensively, they crawled up in us early, made sure that we weren't getting the easy shots, easy looks off of pick and rolls. I felt like they were jamming us and fighting over screens, so that causes the big to be able to stay with AD, so we weren't getting lobs early. Just stuff like that where it was I felt like our flow was kind of messed up early on, and that's hats off to them.
kind of unique in that you now go to their building after a couple of days off. Does that help you in a certain sense to have a certain sense of focus and try to find a way to respond?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to do our job, but we get another chance at redemption, at least against them. Obviously, we don't have any games to waste right now, so it is what it is. We got to move on and get to the next one.
Troy, how did you feel like the offensive rhythm was incorporating LeBron back in and just sort of figuring out the flow again? Because you guys had obviously played a certain way before you came back.
I mean, I feel like there's some good to it and some bad to it, honestly. Just it being so quick, it's like you kind of got to get used to it. Obviously, he plays a certain way. He moves the ball a certain, we were playing a certain style, and then he comes back, and it's like we have to adjust. So it's good to have these next 2 days to, figure it out and get it together. Obviously, we're very happy to have him back. But, yeah, there were some things where it was like, dang, if we just had a little bit more practice, it definitely would have helped us. But we're definitely happy to have him back.
Troy, did you feel like you guys got off to a slow start defensively? They ended up shooting 45% from three, but they were hovering over 50% for most of the game.
Yeah. I felt like they were hitting some tough ones, honestly. Like I said, hats off to them. They were hitting some really tough shots. Even guys that we had on the scouting report that weren't shooting the ball very well before they played us, knocked down shots. And like I said, I can't give nothing but credit to them. They played a great game tonight.
Katie, the good, the not so good. How do you assess this one for you guys today?
Didn't take care of the ball. 18 turnovers, 34 points. It'll be hard to win basketball games like that. Give them credit. Came out and shot the ball really well. Guys we wanted to shoot made shots. We didn't make shots. Obviously, getting Bron back. Trying to get back in the swing of things. For him, for us as a unit. A big piece like that. So I'm not getting discouraged. Obviously, we want to win that game. We got another one against the same team Wednesday. I look to get some get back.
With 7 games left, what does that process look like for you guys, you guys as a whole?
Figuring it out. I mean, he's good enough. I think we're good enough to kind of figure it out on the fly. I think we'll be fine for sure. We just got to come out and continue to play on both ends of the floor like we did the past couple games with whoever's in the lineup. If he's starting, he's coming off the bench, or not playing, whoever's playing, continue to have that same energy, effort, and urgency that Coach preaches about, the last 7 games.
All the games matter, of course, based on where you guys are in the standings, but how beneficial could it be to get LeBron back with 8 games left versus a couple games left, to have a little extra time to iron things out?
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, he's a big part of our team, and him coming back with 8 games left, it gives us the time to work out the kinks, that we will have when a guy misses so much time. It gives him time to get in a rhythm of things, for his game. Then, 2 games left, 3 games left, so even though, he's a fucking hell of a player, he can use 1 game and be fine, so but we'll be fine. Like I said, we got another one against these guys Wednesday, but we know these last 7, we're going to come out and play with more of a sense of desperation.
Watching LeBron play tonight, was there any sequence or any play where you said, okay, that it looks like he's moving right, or this is sort of the LeBron I remember? Anything that kind of told you, okay, he's here?
He didn't have any of his spectacular plays, So I mean, even my first game back, he missed so much time. I don't know if he was, but I just know coming back off injuries, you kind of thinking about it a little bit, testing it out, and but he looked well on the floor, played well.
A decent chase down with IO, right?
Yeah, the block. So I think he was, I wouldn't say he was fully, himself, but he also missed. How much time you missed? 4, 5,
13 games.
4 weeks. So, pretty sure Wednesday he'll be himself.
Only 8 shot attempts for you today. What were they kind of doing that it kind of effectively took you out of the game? And maybe if you see something like that in the future, what can you kind of do to?
No, was doubling. You know, probably we knew that they were going to start doubling on the post. The times they didn't, I was able to, you know, score. The times they did, you know, I was able to swing it to a guy for an open three, or swing to a guy for an open three. So just want to double, get the ball out of my hands, and I think guys made shots. You know, they're a pack the paint team, so even on a, you know, pick and rolls, when we rolling, the pocket is not there. They have 5 guys in the paint. You know, they're 30th in giving up 3-point attempts, so they want guys to shoot. They don't want them to score in the paint. I think they're number 1 in defensive points in the paint or something like that. So, you know, make shots and find other ways to get the ball.
When did you? Go ahead. When did you know LeBron would be back, and or I guess maybe even more interestingly, when did you know he could be back this quickly?
Today. Today, when they said he was gonna warm up and see how I feel.
Yeah.
I know he was feeling good through the whole process. You know, he kept me updated. How he was feeling, I didn't expect him to come back so soon. You know, but you know, he trusts his doctors. He trusts himself, and he was able to come back. You know, today. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win, but you know, he's feeling good. Like I said before, it'd be good to have him for the next 7 where we can, you know, finish this thing out.
Last question. At various points throughout the season, you've played MVP caliber ball. LeBron has played MVP caliber ball. With 7 games left, what's the trick to get both of you guys to peak? I think at the same time, I think a lot of people wondered how good this team could be if both of you guys were playing like that at the same time. What's the trick?
It's no trick. It's us coming out playing Lakers basketball. I mean, it's not a 2-man show. We got other guys who, you know, make our job easier. When guys are making shots and then we're playing off the, you know, off fast break points and not taking the ball out the net the entire time, then we're able to flourish. You know, both of us. So just come out and just be, you know, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and all the other guys is going to be themselves, and don't overthink it. Don't put too much pressure on ourselves. Just go out and just have fun and play basketball.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you.
Ron, from your foot to your legs to your wind, everything, how'd it feel? How'd your body feel?
I felt okay. Obviously, you know, the rhythm is the most important. You know, I had a couple, you know, drives and the ball got away from me. A couple shots didn't feel as good as before, obviously, but, you know, I was out for 4 weeks, so between that and the wind, just got to get those things back leading to the final stretch of the season.
What was that process like for you, the 4 weeks watching this team, and then as you kind of process what the next 7 look like as a whole?
I mean, obviously, it sucks not being able to play, but definitely very proud of the team. When I was out just watching them just compete at a high level, playing the game the right way, playing, you know, Laker basketball, and the guys, you know, put us in position to be able to go down the stretch and be able to put ourselves in playoff position. So that was fun to see.
What was the injury you're dealing with?
The injury I was dealing with? I tore a tendon in my foot.
And that's normally longer than a 4-week recovery process.
It is.
When did you get a sense of you would have a plan to get you back faster than what the normal kind of routine is on that?
When the doctors told me I was healing faster than anybody I've seen before with the injury.
And how do you feel like you'll be able to manage it with the final 7 regular season games plus whatever comes after that?
It's day to day, obviously. The most important for me is Monday morning. When I wake up tomorrow, I step out of the bed and see what happens, you know, with that. But I felt confident in the workouts that I had this week. And the day after the workouts, when I woke up and I, you know, stepped down off the bed, that I could possibly play today. And after my workout earlier before the game, I knew I could play today, just from the long week that I had. But we'll see what happens.
Bron, what were the 3-a-days like, and mentally, how important was it for you to come back with 8 games left?
No, it wasn't how many games. It was just, you know, I can come back when I felt comfortable to be able to explode and run and jump and, you know, and not second guess myself being out on the floor, especially at this level, you know. my days will start at 7 in the morning and end around dinner time, around 7 o'clock at night. From rehab to training to treatment to do it all over again and then do it all over again. So I want to try to put myself and my body in, the best possible chance to be able to come back before the end of the regular season or before the end of the season period, even if we did make the playoffs.
LeBron, I think everyone here is typically used to, if you're questionable, you're probably going to play. But was there anything in that pregame warm-up? I know you finished with a couple dunks. You were moving a little bit, driving a little bit. Was there anything you were looking for to make sure, okay, this is good to go before I play today, or was it all pretty set?
No, it wasn't. It's mostly the takeoff and the landing, exploding, things of that nature. And, once I knew I could do that, I felt confident I could play.
Did anyone ever suggest surgery?
Yeah, 2 doctors.
Why did you decide against it?
Because I went to the LeBron James of feet, and he told me I shouldn't.
Did any?
I'm not done. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Are you going to need surgery on this after this season?
I don't know. Right now, I don't need it, so we'll see what happens. I'll probably get another MRI at the end of the season, and go from there. But if I end up having to get surgery after the season, you guys won't know. I don't talk to you guys in the off season, and by the time next season starts, I'll be fine. I'll be ready to go.
What country is the LeBron James' feet based in? What country is it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Was there anything in these 13 games that you missed? This team went 8-5.
Yeah.
A couple of 3-game winning streaks.
Yep.
Did your sense of the trajectory of what this season could be change at all? Seeing this group kind of come together.
Well, I mean, of course. I mean, if they go 8-5, and now we sitting at a chance to be able to, the hell with the play-in, we actually can be a top 8 seed. That definitely changed my mindset on, me coming back and trying to be a part of this, obviously. So, well, I don't really want to say change my mindset. It just enhanced of what I was trying to do as far as my workouts, as far as my treatment and everything. But I mean, they played such great basketball, and I was just ecstatic. And from me being in the boot to me getting out of the boot, you guys saw me on the sidelines, and just feeling such happy about what the guys were doing. So definitely want to be a part of it.
What's the biggest concern for you as you guys head out on the road for these next 5?
There's no concern. Just go out and play ball. That's it. Go out and play ball, play at a high level, give yourself a chance to win.
Last question. Thank you.
Appreciate it.